What's up, everybody? Welcome to TipOffsNkickoff, your favorite podcast. Back with another video. You know I had to bring my special guest back. What's good, T Woods? What's good, man?
What's going on? What's going on?
How you living, man? Bloomington calmed down yet? Or are they still going crazy?
The traffic is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to go back to class and whatnot, go back to work. That's what it is. But I think everyone's still carrying that joy. Mikey, how we doing?
Doing good, doing good. Excited for this weekend's games, and got some big storms coming through, so everybody stay safe out there too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, straight up. It's supposed to get real bad in the Indianapolis area. Even going down south, where they're calling it a polar vortex, man. It's going to be in the teens down south. It's wild, man. Wild time. So everybody, y'all got to stay in the house, watch these games, enjoy the weekend. There ain't even no point of going outside, man. So
None at all.
Let's get this started, man. So with our first AFC matchup, you know we got the Patriots and the Broncos. What are you guys thinking? What do you think, T Woods?
I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think it is. Obviously, Bo Nix went down at the end of the game with something that's very unfortunate. No, not something you see too often. Jared Stidham, he's going to be the one to step up. Now, that's not someone we've seen out on the field very often, and definitely haven't seen him in the last year. But I do think he's an okay quarterback. I think he can step in, get some decent passes in. Let's not act like their offensive group, the skill players, are the worst or even close to subpar. You have Cortland Sutton, Tim Patrick, Evan Ingram as your tight end, down to R.J. Harvey as your running back who can still produce many yards. I think you should watch out for him. And I've done my research, and the Patriots have never won in Denver in the playoffs. They're 0-4 against Denver. The two most recent being in 2014 and 2016. Obviously, Peyton Manning was there, but they had Tom Brady. So, could they break the curse, if you can call it a curse? I don't know. I would like to see if they can turn it into 1-4. What do you think, Mikey?
Yeah, I think it's the line is starting to go down. It was at 6.5, and it went to 5.5, and now it's looks like almost down to 4.5 now. Still, 81% of the money is on New England, with the backup quarterback being for Denver. But like you said, he's serviceable. They got some good options. Drake May did not look like MVP last game. He fumbled 4 times, lost 2 of them. But it was a very different game too. But they're going to be dealing with some weather. I think 1 to 3 inches Friday, 1 to 3 inches Saturday, and nothing on Sunday. But they're probably still going to feel the effects of that. And then of course it's in Mile High, so it's a little harder to play there always. But yeah, 81% of the money is on New England right now, 19% on Denver. It wouldn't be a bad idea to either tease a little and get that down, get that line down a little bit more in case it is a close game.
What do you think about the Patriots playing back-to-back tough defensive lines and just tough defensive units in general?
Yeah, I think the O-line, I mean, the Patriots have a really good O-line, but that wears on you. Good defensive ends, you're facing them all the time. Now the Patriots do run a lot more tight end sets to kind of help chip or stay in the block a lot more than most teams. I think that their head coach is used to doing that a lot from former New England teams. So they're going to help chip and then go out for routes, and that should help go against Bonita. And they got 2 good DNs though, and I think they set a franchise record for sacks this year. So it's going to be tough. And of course you got Surtain out on the corner there, so he takes away half the field already as it is. So he'll probably take away Diggs, and then you just got to look for other options. Look for those tight ends, running backs, and May's got to hold on to the ball if they're going to be successful. What do you think, Joey?
I'm gonna have to agree with T. I think that it's gonna be closer than a lot of people think. If we're being honest, no one thought Denver would make it this far this year. I feel like a majority of the NFL fans have slept on this team every game. Well, I'm not gonna say every game. I'd say majority because, like, man, like most of the time they've been keeping it close, and it's always the defense winning the game. So I just think, honestly, they need to go in there and not make any mistakes. You know, Stidham, he just has to go in there and do what he has to do and perform well. Because I mean, as long as Stidham can keep the offense rolling, I think the defense is going to be able to tag on to New England because I mean they do have a top tier pass rush and their secondary is just as good. So if they could put that pressure on Drake May, I think New England's in trouble. Um, Not to mention, man, Denver is home playing in the Mile High City. With that altitude, that makes a difference. You know, not only that you're going to deal with different types of air quality, you're going to be dealing with the cold on top of that. And it's going to be extremely cold. So, I mean, New England's used to that, but you know, you got to give your body a little bit to get used to that type of environment. You know what I'm saying? So, but also you can't sleep on Drake May. Obviously, he is known for making explosive plays, and I mean he's battled his way through the playoffs. So I mean I think it goes one or two ways. Um, New England gets after it early and keeps it going, or it's going to be back and forth. I don't think it's one or the other. I think if New England does win, I think it's going to be a blowout. But if it's not, then it's going to be a close, low-scoring game. So if I was a betting man, I would say I would rock with Denver spread.
Yeah, plus 4.5.
Yeah, for sure. What do you guys think about the spread? Do you think it's fair? Do you think it should be
You know,
different?
you're right there in the middle, and that's never a place you want to be. You know, at 4.5 doesn't really help you a whole lot. If you can take a two-teamer, and then and tease it down just a little, um, you know, if you can get it down to let's say 3 or 2.5, really 2.5 is where you want to be in case they win by field goal. Then you know that'll be better. And then on the other game is at 2.5 already. So you tease one down 2 points, you tease the other one, um, you know, 2 points, and whoever you like, it'll be great either way there. So because it's at 2.5, so you can, if you like LA, you can go at 4.5, and if it's a field goal game, which it'll be a close game, I think, but at 4.5 would be great. Or if you go the other way with Seattle winning by half a point, that's fantastic. So I'd take a two-team teaser myself, but you know, not everybody likes doing that because it doesn't pay as well.
Yeah, tell them, Mikey. If you want to win big, you got to place big.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Do
Okay.
you guys have any touchdown predictions? Anytime touchdowns? Give me your favorite one.
Hmm.
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead,
have to
Joey.
roll with. I'm gonna have to for sure roll with Stephon Diggs, man. I mean, he's been pretty consistent with TDs lately. So I think if anybody scores in New England, he's definitely gonna be the one scoring.
Even with PS2 following them all over the field.
Yeah, I mean, I think he'll try to find a way to figure it out. You know, it's
Right.
playoff football, man. I mean, like you see the impossible happen this time of the year. So I mean, I think there's gonna be a lot of surprising plays going on, and you know, a lot of different type of stuff. Because I mean, like I said, it's playoffs. Everything's unpredictable. You never know what can happen. Hell, Stidham could throw for 400 yards and be like, "Damn, where was this?" You know what I mean? So I mean, I don't know.
True. True.
What about
Hmm.
you? If you think anybody's gonna score, T Woods, who you think's gonna score and why?
I'm gonna have to rock out with Hunter Henry, New England Patriots. I think he's just always a threat. You know, he's a fighter. He's scrappy. Um, I don't know if those Denver linebackers are going to be able to keep up with him. Can't put a safety on him. He's going to body the safety. I would look for Hunter Henry, end zone, red zone threat.
Okay. What about you, Mikey? Got any predictions?
No, I agree with that. I think Hunter Henry is a great choice. He's tall, and Drake May loves throwing to him. So for New England, I think that's a great choice. If I'm going Broncos, I think Marvin Mims has been getting a lot of love late in the season. He had a lot of targets last game, 8 targets, 8 receptions, 93 yards, and a touchdown last game. Now, obviously, that was Bo Nix, but Sutton, I think he dropped like 4 balls, and not that I don't think Nix was really finding him that well, but he didn't have a catch until like 5 minutes left in the game. And I was watching closely because I bet on it. So, I was like, come on, Sutton, do something. But Mims is fast and he gets open. And he's also, you're getting the second or third corner on him. And, that can be a big problem for them. So I kind of like Mims to score if they score. Hopefully they do. But, we like close games. We don't want a blowout.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it makes it more interesting when it's all close. Everybody's off their chair. Getting a little nervous. Um, but yeah, if I'm gonna pick, I think Denver's gonna win. I think Jarrett Stidham's gonna get his get back because y'all. I don't know if you guys know he was with New England earlier in his career, so this might be a hey, look what y'all missed out on. I could have been. I could have been the QB around here. You know what I mean? So I don't know. What you guys think? Who you taking money line? Who you taking money line? T Woods.
Despite everything I said, I think the Patriots go into Denver and get their first win in the postseason in the Mile High City.
Okay. What about you, Mikey?
Yeah, I like the Patriots too. And if you're feeling real confident, you can parlay that and with the second game here and win even more. But because the Patriots, it's minus 250 on the money line, so it's not very healthy unless you bet a lot. So pair that up and you might do better. But the LA Seattle game, which we're about to talk about next, that's gonna be a lot closer, I think.
Okay. Respect. All right, we'll switch over to the NFC Championship. So y'all know we got LA and Seattle. So what's going on there, man? For your 6:30 Sunday kickoff. T Woods, you got anything?
Well, I'll tell you what, these teams face off against each other in Week 16, overtime thriller where Matthew Stafford threw for almost 500 yards. Um, I personally think that the Rams will probably get out to an early start, uh, come away with the first half win, and Seattle's going to show you why they're so elite on all 3 levels. They can come at you on the offensive side of the ball by any means necessary with the receiver, tight end, or running back. Their defense is insane. They can go out there and put points up on the board. They're lethal, whether that be stripping the quarterback, covering that fumble and returning it, pick 6, by any means. And then, don't let them, force you to punt the ball and you make the poor decision in punting the ball to Rashid Shaheed because he will get up out of there and take it to the crib. He's going to take it to the crib. Rashid Shaheed will take it to the crib. So, with that being said, I think being in Seattle with everything on the line, while I do think Matthew Stafford was the MVP this year, I think the Seahawks will walk away with this one.
All right. What do you think, Mikey? What's your inside scoop?
Yeah, it's going to be tough. You got the Rams. I think had the number 1 scoring offense versus the Seattle's got the number 1 scoring defense. So that's going to be really tough. And that Stafford can throw it all over the place. They got Kyron Williams and Blake Corum in the backfield. I mean, they don't. Parkinson and Higbee at tight end. I mean, they're loaded all the way across the board. It's just a matter of can that line protect them against Seattle's D line. Are they going to give them enough time to throw? And that's Seattle defenses. I keep doubting them, and they just keep showing up. I mean, I've bet against them several times this year, and They just keep showing up and winning games. They got the best record on money line this year, and the best record against the spread this year. They're 15-3 on money line and 14-4 against the spread. So, the over under, they're 10-8. So that's, I don't really like playing over unders myself, but that there's a reason why people keep taking them, because they just keep showing up. The offense isn't the prettiest at times, and I know Charbonnet just got hurt. I think he's on IR now, so he was a good weapon to pass to. From the running back standpoint, and of course you got Jackson Jigba, who's killing it all year. But I think that I still like Seattle to take it, and we talked about the teaser earlier. If I can tease that down just a little bit, then I'll feel better about it. Especially being at home. Seattle's a tough place to play.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you. Seattle being, outside, it's gonna be extremely cold when, the Rams play in the dome. But hey, that might not also mean anything because they did go to Chicago and get the job done. And I'm telling you what, I bet I don't even bet. I know it was colder than Chicago than it's going to be this weekend.
It
That
is,
lake
yeah. It's
effect,
like 44. I think it's gonna be 44 degrees.
yeah, for sure.
Something about
Yeah, and I mean the Rams just showed you that they could play in any type of weather. You know, that's not gonna keep them down. But yeah, like you were saying earlier, the Rams do have the NFL scoring best NFL offense, averaging 30.5 points a game, and the Seahawks with the best scoring defense. They only let 17.2 points allowed a game. I mean, this is a rare matchup. You don't ever see the number one offense and the number one defense. I mean, it's just not likely. And it's crazy. It's like it's a division championship game. Not a division. It's crazy that it's a conference championship game, and you see this happening. Um, but key factors to look out for: Matthew Stafford. He's had an elite season with high passing yardage and touchdowns. I mean, he's old, but he's still getting the job done. This man's playing like he was playing a couple years ago when they won the Super Bowl. Um, Not only just him, he has weapons. Devontae Adams, touchdown leader, and Puka Nakua with the most receptions. I mean, that man has a lot of weapons, and not to mention, he has Blake Corum in the backfield, Michigan's own Blake Corum. Shout out to the Michigan fans out there. Um, yeah, I mean, I think no one should sleep on the Rams. I mean, their offense is insane. But Seahawks, they got a good offense too. Sam Darnold, he played very good with his oblique injury. I mean, he showed the world that, hey, I'm not gonna let this injury let me down, and he just he just kept the ball rolling, man. I mean, I was surprised. I don't know about you guys. I was surprised he was able to do what he had to do in that situation because that man was hurting. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. If they gave that man a shot,
Coach said they had him on some Toradol. I don't know.
yeah,
You know.
they gave
He
that
didn't have to
man.
do a whole lot. I mean, he threw 17 passes. They really ran the ball a lot and played good, really, I mean, outstanding defense. Because he only, like I said, 17 passes, 124 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 sacks. Like, they didn't ask him to do a whole lot, but that's kind of their game. But the games against they split in the regular season against the Rams. So, and they were very, very tight games.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's gonna be crazy. Jason, he's had a really good receiving year. Everybody knows that he's been putting the offense on his back when it comes to the receiver end. Um, but like I was saying about Sam Darnold, as long as he comes back and he's somewhat healthy, then I mean they should be good. I mean that's really what it comes down to is how well Sam Darnold can play offensively. Because I mean I think if he ends up getting hurt and it goes to the backup, which I hope that don't happen because I don't wish that upon anybody, I think the Seahawks will be in trouble because
Yeah, Drew
I
Lock is not the answer.
yeah, just ask Denver, man. Uh, but yeah, I mean with everybody at full strength, no injuries, I think the game is going to be close. Ultimately, I think the Rams are going to take it. That's my opinion. What you guys think? What do you think, T Woods? Who do you think's taking this game, man?
I'm gonna have to double down on what I said earlier. I think the Rams will come out somewhat hot. Say maybe they go into halftime with 13-3 lead. Something will spark the Seahawks during halftime, and they'll come out firing on all cylinders. Finish the game with a W, and we will end up seeing a rematch of the Patriots and the Seahawks in the Super Bowl.
What do you think, Mikey?
Yeah, it's tough. I'm sitting here looking at the depth chart. You got Kenneth Walker starting as always, but his second, third, and fourth running backs behind him are all hurt. Better hope that Kenneth Walker doesn't get hurt. Um, I just think that Seattle's turning up. They did lose their last regular season game, but they won 3 in a row up to that point, and then they just dominated San Fran. I didn't see that coming at all. I thought San Fran would keep it a lot closer, but they just don't have the defense, and I'm surprised more than anything that their offense couldn't get going. So I think that Seattle's going to take it. I think it's going to be a lot tougher. Now, Rams offense has seen a lot of opponents. They've seen these guys twice this year. They know how to score. First game they scored a lot. It went into OT. I think it was it 38-37 that Seattle won in overtime. Second game they lost 21-19. So extremely close games. And this is going to be another nail biter, but I think Seattle takes it.
Okay.
Do you guys have a touchdown prediction? Anytime touchdown for this game?
Ooh. Go ahead,
Mikey.
Joey.
Yeah, I think Puka Nakua, man, I think that's automatic, man. I think he's going to get one. Also, this is going to be a crazy, crazy stretch. I think Matthew Stafford's going to have 3 passing touchdowns. I think it's going to be a higher scoring game than people think. So if I was to throw the bet, 3 passing touchdowns, I think Devontae Adams and Puka Nakua are each going to get a touchdown. My predictions, though. What about you, Mikey? What do you think, man?
Well, for Seattle, I think Kenneth Walker. I think they're going to just run a lot because I don't think the Rams have the best run defense there, and so I like Kenneth Walker a lot for them. And then Puka, I think he's almost a guaranteed to get a touchdown. I mean, I don't think he got one last game, but I mean he just tears it up, and with a little bit warmer weather too. I mean, they should be on fire. And you're right that I think he's going to have at least 2 touchdown passes. So look for Puka to get at least one of those.
Hey, T, what do you think, man? Who's your touchdown predictions, bro?
My favorite touchdown prediction. Now you're probably going to get some pretty juicy odds for this because it's just coming out of the woodwork a little bit, just a tiny bit. But former Michigan, but more importantly, former Hoosier, AJ Barner, tight end for the Seattle Seahawks. I'm loving my tight ends in these matchups. I think that they will make a huge difference in both of the winning squads, with both winning teams, each of their tight ends having caught 1 touchdown.
Respect. Okay. I can get behind that.
Yeah, I
Anything
like
else you
that.
want
I like AJ too. That's solid. It's going to be cold games. Corners going to be tightening up. I mean, the tight ends should be open, especially with those little block and releases. 2-second block and release. I like that. Yeah. Looking forward to these games this weekend. College is done, so that's sad. But our Indiana Pacers are now 10-35 and lost 3 in a row, so we're still going for that number 1 pick. Come on, baby. And other than that, everybody stay safe out there. I mean, it's going to be cold. There's going to be tons of ice, tons of snow. just load up on your water and bread, and don't act like COVID and get the TP.
Straight up.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the rest of these playoffs out and the eventual Super Bowl winner. Intrigued to see if the MVP will end up being the Super Bowl winner and maybe even the Super Bowl MVP. Outside of that, I hate that college ended. Loved how it ended though. Couldn't stress that enough. Go Hoosiers. Looking forward, I will be looking to cover a little bit of more real football as Champions League is ending its group stages. That will be coming to a close. And another thing I'll be looking forward to when it gets around to that time is the WNBA.
All right, y'all. That concludes our episode of Tip-Offs and Kickoffs. Told y'all we're going to keep bringing y'all bangers all 2026, man. Y'all drop and click on the links below. We're going to drop the Discord in there. Going to drop both of their socials. Hey, man, got any questions, comments, or concerns? Go ahead and DM us, man. It's not that hard. Y'all know where to find us, man. At Tip-Offs and Kickoffs on all social media platforms. All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace.